Welcome back to PICE Gurukul Career Cosmos. This podcast is for the career aspirants who seek compact information on career opportunities. This week's special guest is up next. It's the time to get some deeper insights about engineering journey from our guest for this episode, Mr. Santosh S. Pai from Bhatkal, Uttara Kannada. Santosh ji, welcome to PICE Gurukul Career Cosmos. Santosh Pai is at PICE Gurukul studio for a special podcast series for sharing his journey of engineering with us. Mr. Santosh is born and brought up in Bhatkal, belongs to Gundabala Pai family. He is the younger son of Mrs. Shobha and Mr. Sridhar Pai of Bhatkal. Studied primary from Samakagam Shale, Sarakari Madari Kannada Gandu Makkala Shale, Bhatkal in Kannada medium. High school, once again Kannada medium at the New English School, Bhatkal. SSLC is the turning point in his life. He stood first to school and second to Bhatkal Taluka. Pursued PUC from TNEPU College, Bhatkal. Opted PU Science, Biology and successfully completed PU Science with PCM aggregate 98%. Joined Bangalore Institute of Technology, Bengaluru for Bachelor of Engineering. Opted Computer Science branch. Successfully placed in campus recruitment and joined MNC Nokia Siemens Networks as junior software developer. Currently, he is working at Philips Health Automation Unit as a tech project lead. Once again, I welcome Mr. Santosh, the successful software engineering from Silicon City of India, the IT hub, capital of Karnataka, Bengaluru. He is going to give us more information on Bachelor of Engineering, the journey, its branches, scope, and also various success tips. We are very excited to hear your experience. Once again, I welcome you to PICE Gurukul. Santosh, you are from core Kannada medium, studied up to 10th standard in Kannada. Was it not difficult to study core subjects like physics, chemistry, mathematics?
Hi, first of all, thank you for having me here today. And definitely it was very challenging as it required us to think in Kannada, and then in our minds we had to convert between English and Kannada, so which was very challenging. But we were grateful to have our teachers who could help us with this, since we were from Kannada medium. So the teachers took that extra effort to help us with making sure that we understand the concepts of PCM. And definitely it's the mantra that we follow when you are not understanding something is to go and ask questions again and again to make sure that you understand the concept. So that is something we all from the Kannada medium usually followed, which made it it's made it a little easier to understand the concepts.
Oh, that's great. So you want to give the credit even to the teachers for their help and support.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. See, please tell us about your engineering, especially the CET experience.
Yeah, so CET is very competitive exam, and those days we had negative marking, which was like a nightmare for us. So any questions we mark wrong, we also lose a significant marks, irrespective of how many questions you mark as correct. So every mark or every wrong answer or every right answer which would mean around 50 to 100 ranks, either jumping or going back. So it is always better to prepare for the worst. So I did something similar to prepare for CET using IIT JEE books, which I had got from my uncle, fortunately. So those are some things which helped me. And the most important thing in CET, along with the subjects, was the tricks. And again, the college, our lecturers and the tuitions where we undertook the CET special trainings, where they helped with a lot of tricks, which was very useful in CET.
Okay. What are the success tips for CET? So, what kind of effort one has to put?
For CET or any competitive exam for that matter, it is always the best thing is to always prepare for the worst, and also start the preparation as early as you can. Clear all the basics, understand all the concepts, and a group study is one best method to achieve this, where it would take less time to understand and discuss the facts. And for CET, tricks, as I said already, are very important, along with the questions that you understand how to solve. And again, practice with actual papers, keeping a timer, that would really help and give you more confidence when you write the actual exam.
Yes, Santosh. See, there are various seat selection rounds, right? So we call it as counseling, which happens the post ranking. Can you tell us about these? So, what are the things to be followed here, and the methods, the steps?
Yeah. So back then, when we were studying engineering, it was all manual, and physically we had to be there for counseling or seat selection process, as it is called. But now it is all online. So one has to, once we get a rank, the candidate has to prepare a list of colleges and branches where they would want to go for engineering. And then there is a mock round in which the CET cell will tell you approximately which college in the ranking would be your final college, and then the student has option to either freeze or hold it for some time, so that when the actual second round happens online, in that case the student can either freeze the seat or let it go. So that way it is completely online. This happened even before much before COVID, that it is completely made online, and it saves a lot of effort.
Okay. See, this current industrial revolutions and technological advancement, it has increased the number of branches and the very specializations in engineering.
Yeah.
So, what are the criteria to be followed to opt the branches?
So, this is, it depends on the individual and the goal, what we want to achieve. There are some process that is followed up in general, is that the streams like electronics, computer science, electrical, information science, civil, mechanical, these are some of the branches which are available in most of the colleges, and they are also a good choice if you want to pursue a career in the IT industry, because that will cover most of the companies who look for. Then there are advanced streams like artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, cyber security. These are specialized branches, so there are not many colleges who offer this, but limited colleges. But even in IT, there are a lot of companies who are offering jobs. So the core idea is that whichever branch you like or whichever stream you want to achieve, you can go for it. But only thing is, always be very clear about the basics in that branch, and it is always better to stand at the best peak, so that you are always best in that area whichever you have chosen.
Yeah, very right, because this number of branches are adding every year. So, what are the various new branches? What are the current branches?
Yeah, so there are a lot of new branches, and this keeps adding. So some of the branches are like aeronautics, aerospace, and then there is also biomedical and biotechnology, which talks about the healthcare and other industries. Then there is marine, chemical, ceramic, robotics, telecom, textile, environmental, petroleum, and whatnot. So there are so many branches that one can really pursue a career in the industry or the choice that they want to achieve.
See, normally the students they get confused for a selection of the colleges. So, what are the factors to be followed for selection of the colleges? On what basis a normal student has to identify the college?
So first, since we have an option now in CET that you can give a list of colleges, so there are some criterias that are usually followed. So one is how much facilities the college provides. So a campus facility, I call it as. So campus facility does not mean only the placement. So it also means the access to library, laboratories, and also of course the professional networking that the organization has with the different companies, so that the students can do internship, the placement cell which is in place in the college, how do we get the industry state of art technologies expertise in the campus. So all these things are also very important. And on top of this, then some other things could be like from the last year's cutoff rankings, or how many students were placed last year. These also could be a better criteria to be considered.
Okay. See, post admission, the college normally it allocates students based on some sort of cycles called physics and chemistry cycle. So normally the students are a little bit confused about this, what physics and chemistry is all about. So can you throw light on this?
Yeah. So these the student actually has no choice of whether he selects physics or chemistry cycle. The college makes some branches as first semester as physics cycle, and for some branches it would be chemistry cycle. So the difference in these cycles is that the subjects you study are different. Physics cycle is concentrated on physics, mathematics, computer-aided design, civil engineering, etc. In the chemistry cycle, it would be again mathematics is common, mechanical engineering, electronics, environment studies, Constitution of India, ethics, and also it also has a Kannada language as if you are learning in Karnataka as one of the optional subjects.
Okay, a little bit personal. See, how was the journey of engineering? So, especially your journey.
Yeah, so it was exciting. All 4 years, it was very enjoying. Especially when you study in a metro city, then you spend a lot of time in traveling, which also gives you exposure to the local areas, locations, roads, etc., which also helps you build a career in the same city. And we also had friends who are from different parts of India, and it also gave an opportunity to learn communication skills, networking skills, and sharing our culture.
Okay.
And definitely, so as part of our engineering, one of the main thing which I also suggest all the aspirants to do that is to spend your most of the time in libraries where you have exposure to books which normally are not available outside, or they are expensive. So we were fortunate to have a good library in the college where we used to spend a lot of time understanding the concepts and learning beyond what is there in the syllabus.
Yes, Santosh. You said while selecting the colleges as well as especially the branches, we need to even focus on placement activities.
Yeah.
Can you share your experience on placement preparation? So, what are the things to be followed?
Yeah, so the placement cell in the college plays a very important role here. In even though when someone gets selected, it is seen that student's effort, but I would say that it is the 50% effort always comes from the placement cell, where which also takes care of communicating with the industries, talking to them, getting these interviews arranged. And my experience is that we had lot of support from our seniors who conducted mock interviews. They conducted group discussions, aptitude tests, and all that. So we kind of knew before the interviews like what to expect, what could be the questions that could be coming in the interview. And one of the major things or critical things is to learn the basics, because in the engineering when you are in final year, the companies know that you are not exposed or have exposure to the organization skills.
Yeah,
But
very
what is very important is that you have basics cleared, that when someone asks you what you have learned, subjects or the basic questions, the candidate should be able to answer those. That is what is the expectation.
Okay, great. Finally, your tips for these would-be engineers, the BA aspirants.
I mean, I already told it in other questions also, but I would concentrate here on these things. So every year there are 15 lakh engineers, fresh engineers who come out of college in India. So quality of the engineer is very important for any organization, if you want to work or if you want to go for your future post graduation or research, etc. So the tip that I would like to give is, you have this 4 years, but that 4 years whatever you learn would reflect next 40 years, because once you join an organization or higher studies, you will not have time to clear your basics again. So these 4 years are very important to learn. So learn as much as possible. You get a lot of chance to learn practically in these 4 years, and that will really help in the long term. These are also, the golden years, I would call. So also enjoy the life when you are a student. So that is what I would like to give tips.
So, thank you, Santosh. Thank you for sparing your valuable time with us. So, Pais Gurukul wishes you good luck for your career.
I thank you for this opportunity to talk about my experiences, and I thank my parents, my family, all the support during all these years when I was studying and all, even now. And my teachers, school, colleges where I studied, my tuition centers who made us learn and build a strong basics in science, technology. And I also thank the Almighty for all the blessings we get every day, which pass the mind and body. Thank you.
So, thank you, Santosh, once again on behalf of the all the listeners, and special thanks from Pais Gurukul. So, thank you for listening to the podcast by Pais Gurukul Career Cosmos. Subscribe the channel, click on the notification icon to get regular updates on career courses. Like, comment, and share this. The contact details, mobile number, email ID is provided in the description box. For information on career, courses, educational institutions, job opportunities, training, please feel free to contact us. That's all for this episode. See you next time. Be good, do good. Good day, take care, and thank you.